shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yeah, good morning to you, and good morning to you. You right? You okay out there, wherever you are across the globe? We've had an email. We've had an email in this morning, and it's a really good question. And it's about how do you test an idea quickly so you don't waste a lot of time. And the email is from Tom Bennett. And he says, I've been listening to Join Up Dots for about 3 months now, and I've realised how much time I spend daydreaming instead of doing. You've got a way of making everything sound doable, which I love. I've had this idea for a little side hustle for ages, but I've never been sure whether it's worth pursuing or not. It's basically an online platform that helps people find local dog walking groups, sort of like a meetup site, but specifically for dog owners who want to socialise while exercising their pets. I think it's a fun idea, but I'm terrified of wasting time or money building it only to realise no one's interested. So cheers, Tom Bennett from Bath. Now, it's a good question. It's a really good question because you've got this idea, a platform that connects dog owners for social walks, and you're wondering, is this worth my time? And you might instantly think, well, I could just do this on Facebook. I could just do this on any. But it's a good question. Is it something that's already out there? Or is it something that you need to build from scratch? And let me tell you something up front, Tom. Your hesitation is actually a good sign. And I'll tell you why. Because most people don't even ask those questions that you're asking. They just dive in, they build a massive website, they spend 6 months polishing it, and then realise that the only one using it is them and their mum. But a smart entrepreneur and somebody that's actually thinking in a sensible way, you're asking, how can I test this before I commit? And that's exactly the right mindset, because you don't want to waste time. You don't want to waste money. So let me walk you through what I call a 5-minute idea test. It's quick, it's simple, and it'll tell you exactly if your idea has legs before you waste a single pound or minute on it. Okay. Now, I'm going to break it into steps. And the very first step is simple, okay? First things first, can you explain your idea clearly in one single sentence? So you've said an online platform that helps people find local dog walking groups. Bang on. That's crystal clear. It tells me who it's for, what it is, and what it does. So step one, you've already passed on. You've nailed it. But here's the test. If you were chatting to a stranger in a coffee shop and said that sentence, would they instantly understand it and say, oh, that's interesting? If yes, then you're onto something. If they kind of look at you and say, what do you mean by that? It needs simplifying. So a good idea sells itself in one sentence, and yours, it's got that clarity. So anybody out there listening, if you've got an idea for a business or an online side hustle or whatever, and you can explain it in one sentence, so somebody says, that's interesting, tell me more, then you've already passed step one. Okay? Now, step two, this is a big thing. Would you pay for it yourself? Now, this is where a lot of people trip themselves up, because it's easy to love your idea, but it's harder to ask, would I actually pay money for it? So think about it from the dog owner's perspective. Would someone pay £5, £10, maybe £20 a month recurring to access that platform? Or and this is where it gets tricky, would they just say, nah, I can find walking groups on Facebook for free, as I say right at the very beginning? If the answer's the second one, don't panic. That doesn't mean your idea is bad. It just means your model might need adjusting. You could, for instance, make it free to join, but then earn money through ads, partnerships, with pet stores, sponsorships, or there's loads of ways once you get people coming to you that you can make money even though you're not charging them directly. And the value might not be in the membership. It just might be in the community or the connections that you've got suddenly because you've got a lot of people coming. So, yes, your idea has legs, but make sure it's running in the right direction. Okay, so that was step 2. Would you pay for it yourself? Big question. And we've only spent 2 minutes on this so far. Step 3 would be ask 5 strangers. This is where you need to stop thinking and start testing. And you don't need a website. You don't need a logo. You don't even need a clever name. You don't need anything. All you need is 5 people who don't know you, 5 real dog owners, and a quick question. And you can do it for free. You can advertise on Facebook, whatever. Just pop into any of the groups you can find on Facebook, whatever, for local dog owners and post something like this. Hey everyone, I'm thinking of creating a simple way for local dog owners to connect and organise group walks. Would something like that interest you? Then wait. If you get a bunch of comments saying, yeah, that sounds great, sign me up, then you've struck a nerve. If you get people going, well, what do you mean by that? Then you haven't nailed your proposition. If you get crickets, if you get silence, well, that's actually good to know as well, because that feedback is worth its weight in gold, because silence saves you 6 months of wasted effort. Okay, so that's the first 3. Simple. Everybody got that? Yeah. And then step 4, this is probably the most powerful one. Ask for a tiny commitment, because if people respond positively, don't just say thanks and leave it there. Say, brilliant, I'm putting together a quick test version. Would you like me to email you when it's ready? And if they give you their email, you've got proof that they're genuinely interested. People love to say, great idea, but only the truly interested ones will take action. People generally don't take any action at all. And people will generally reach out and go, oh, yeah, it's free. You know, I've written a few books and I've sent it out to quite a few listeners and said to them, you know, I'll give you the free book. Just read it and give me feedback. You don't get any feedback because people go, oh, yeah, free book, brilliant. And it just sits in an email and they don't even look at it and stuff. So if they're actually making commitment to you, they're taking some kind of action your way, even a small one, then you're starting to realise you're onto something. And you could even set up a quick free page using MailChimp or something, or, you know, just to collect those emails. And that's your seed audience, your early adopters, your testers, okay? And now you're building with people, not just for people. And that's a massive difference. As I say, I've written 2 books now, and I've written them with the help of the listeners of Join Up Dots. I've had quite a lot of people in the pilot group that have worked through the content with me, and that gives you confidence because you know people are interested and they're seeing results because of it. The success code that's on the website at the moment, joinupdots.com/books, has been written with, I think it was about 45 people across the world who went through it with me step by step by step, taking action, feeding back, and we've improved it. That's a massive difference when you've got people assisting you and not just you thinking about it at the top of your head. Okay, now the very last one is step 5, and this is the big one, Tom. Forget the idea for a second, forget the money, the business, all of it, and ask yourself this: if you spent the next year of your life building this, talking about this, thinking about this, do you think you can still enjoy it? Will you still love being surrounded by dog people, planning group walks, maybe hosting events, promoting local meetups? Because if that excites you, then that's a good sign. That really is. That's a green light. If you feel a little bit of a dread, or it sounds like hard work, or what if I have to spend time with people that I don't like or whatever, that's okay too. It just means it's not your long-term calling. But it gets you going. It gets you becoming an entrepreneur, because trust me, every business has rough days. And if you don't genuinely love the work and the world you're working in, you're going to give up when it gets tough. Okay? So, let's just summarize this really, really quickly, and everyone can do this. Okay, if you've got an idea in your head, okay, here's your action plan for the next few days. Just go into 3 local Facebook groups, whatever your idea is, and post your 1-sentence idea. Okay, track the responses. Are people commenting, liking, engaging, or are you getting nothing back at all? And for anyone who responds, ask if they'd like to join a waiting list. Then collect those emails, and after a week, review it. If you've got interest, keep going. If not, just tweak the angle and try again. And that's your 5-minute test in real life. And the best part, you'll know by next week whether your idea has real legs or it's just a towel wagging in your head, because you've got data, not just dreams. And honestly, Tom, and everybody else, that's what separates the dabblers from the doers. People get these ideas in their head, but they don't take real life action because they're scared. And real life action doesn't have to be scary, doesn't need to cost you a lot. It just means doing something. So Tom, well done to you. I love this question, because it's one of those moments where someone's on the edge of starting something real. You're one test away from clarity. And even if this idea isn't your final one, you'll have learned the most valuable skill in entrepreneurship: how to validate fast, cheap, and effectively. Because every future idea you get, and trust me, once you get this ball going, you're going to get hundreds of ideas. They will go through this same filter. You'll stop chasing maybes and start building winners. So go on, give it a whirl. And next time you're walking your dog, imagine a walk turning into a little test group that starts your first community. And that's how empires begin. One small step, one idea at a time. And yeah, the dots only join up when you start actually doing real things and testing. So, Tom, thank you very much for that. Thank you for dropping us a line. Very short episode, but everybody out there, if you've got these ideas in your head and you're thinking, would this be a good thing? There's your 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bang. Doesn't cost you anything, but you're starting to get real life communication with people and you're getting feedback. Okay, so yeah, if you like that episode, drop us a line, tell us about it. If you want to go over to wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe and review, very few people do, so we'd love that. It really, really helps us, and we will be bringing you even more content, and a lot of it is going to be directly on the website, so you have to come over there and yeah, start building your dream future, because it's there waiting for you. Until next time, we will see you, my friends. Look after yourselves. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. And we'll be back again real soon. And join up dots, join up dots, join up dots, join up dots. Join up dots.